Hey guys, welcome to episode 20. Sorry about that in the last episode, but some of you guys didn't think that was the outro. Wait until next episode. I actually did end the episode there, because that was the last scene when the five gems had heard the news about it. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry for ending the video like that. I will not do that again, I promise. And even if I do that again, then I forgot about that, okay? I was not mean when I was doing that, you guys, all right? But anyway, this is now that we are in the middle, this is one of the big episodes of this series. And let's see. As the two gems were in the cells, the two let's see. The guards then take them to escort them to the trial. They had a little conversation by the guards telling them to go down the trial, and Willamite and Valdrettiite was like saying that they were just going down there saying that they knew they were getting busted, and as they went to the trial, the Diamond was then bringing up the records about what happened and why this was happening. But as nice gems, they had actually spared. As nice gems, they actually had wanted to spare Cavalite and Androdite. But Diamond wants to know the truth that why they were doing this, and until they lied to them. Until one of the two had lied to them about saying that they did not like doing this, and I mean that it was actually them coming up with an idea of doing it because they wanted to. No, actually, Powder 8 was coming up with a lie by saying, Diamond, it was my fault. I came up with an idea by trying to have me, and she wanted to work with me as well by coming up with a plan to kidnap the two diamonds, or to destroy the two diamonds, because we were thinking of danger happening to everyone else, and my friend Willamite did not like doing it, and she was not having a big idea about that. Please just spare me and not kill my friend. And then Willamite was said, Powder, what are you doing? And then Powder saying, trust me. Oh, trust me, they were, this is for your own good. Oh yeah, sorry for if you guys didn't notice, or sorry for the noticing of the notifications, if the sounds of the notifications popping up on my phone. But I don't think that matters, but I think I'm still doing a good job with the episodes, even with the sounds in the backgrounds. But anyway, Diamond was saying, I'm sorry, Powder, but your friend here still worked with you, and she still plotted against Teal and Purple. And yes, they did mention Teal and Purple, the diamonds they were talking about of killing, and Willamite was then scared. She was shocked about this, and Powder was saying, "What?" And then she had decided to sentence them by she then was awaiting for execution for them, and oh yeah, she decided the sentence would be obliteration. Oh yes, she did that, like what happened to Axonite and Howlite, by saying obliteration, because she didn't really care about them much, and she didn't know about. I mean, no, it's not. It doesn't happen all the time. She's known Axonite and Howlite for a long time, but they done something as bad as the two gems, Paldratite and Willemite, and that's why they got. That's why the two gems. That's why Axonite and Howlite got um obliteration, and that's why Paldratite and Willemite are sentenced to obliteration. So then they were taken back to their cells, and as they were talking, as we get back to the house saying that they are all right and stuff, like as the conversation goes, like then the two Paldratite and Willemite were having a conversation that like Willemite was scared, like panicking, and Paldratite was saying, Willemite, it's okay, it's all right. We'll when we go to execution, all right, we'll hold hands together. We'll walk up there, and or no, I'll keep you distracted, all right, and like as long as we're together, we will, and as long as we die at the same time, we will go to heaven at the same time. And Wilmite was saying, "Oh, thank you for making me a little bit better." Oh yeah, and as that was going on, as that was going on, what's the next episode gonna be? Diamond then had next scene. Diamond then had sent a death warrant and given out and sent the guards to the execution. And while that was happening, Lapis and Paradigm Vista just were saying to the Diamond, or I mean, even yes, Purple and Teal are talking. I don't know why I did not add in Purple and Teal earlier in the seconds. I mean, seconds earlier. Why I did not add them. Why I did not mention about them seconds earlier. But anyway, they were all having a conversation, and Teal was like, "Oh my goodness, they're about to die. They're about to die by. They're about to be sentenced to death, and others were worried about that. And she said that after most of the conversation was going on with the 5 gems, and then the next scene, the execution scene of the private room where Will and Mike was panicking, but and well, because some of the gems are young, and like Willemite is a young gem. I forgot to mention about that. And Paldratite was saying, "Look, it's okay, Willemite. It's okay. Just look at me. Just look at me. All right." And then as they were walking up to in front of the laser, or I mean towards the laser, because the laser is pointing at them. Look, just look at me. Just look at me. All right, just look at me. And she was worried, like don't look at the laser. Just look at me. All right, just look at me. And as Paldratite was keep on saying it like that, and while Willemite was keep being scared, they both died at the same time by being zapped by the laser, and I know that I don't know obliteration and zapping like I guess zapping, like the laser beam just zaps them, like that makes more sense. Uh or obliteration to make them less painful. I don't know, but it's either one of them that die at the same time, like what happened, and that's the same death of what happened to Axonite and Howlite, of course. So, um, so then we get to the scene. We get to the scene where the 5 gems have heard the execution, and they were shocked by it. The 5 gems were shocked by it. Um, or actually, I might save that for the next episode. And because actually, I would have to put this scene in that Diamond knows about the executions, and Diamond still wants to know evidence. Diamond thinks if that's all the evidence or not, which is not, because this was Kavalite's. This is Kavalite and Androdite's idea. I mean, it was both their ideas. So, yeah, and that's as Diamond was thinking about that in her office, the episode ends. Like, yes, of course, it's mostly an office room because I don't know why she would do that in a meeting room, but I don't know why she would do that stuff in the meeting room. She would do that in her office, like she would send this to death gems in her office, like what presidents and monarchs do. I wasn't thinking of it earlier. And even if I did, I had forgot about it. I wasn't thinking of it earlier, like doing a reference like the monarchs, presidents, and other heads of states, and even other heads of countries, and yeah, and prime ministers, and other types of rulers. Anyway, that was episode 20. As again, I'm saying this just to say this exact that it ends with Diamond thinking that's not the whole evidence, and which is which is true, that's not the whole evidence. I don't know why I'm saying. If I say not true, then that was a mistake. All right. So, anyways, to be continued on in episode 21.